Sign Theory by Edward C. Tolman, 1886 to 1959. Behaviorists rejected the idea of introspection as a method of studying human behavior, but, on the contrary, he believed the objective method of collecting data. He remarked that we do not only respond to the stimulus, but we act on beliefs and express attitudes. So, an individual doesn't only act on the way the body should, but also how do a person feel and how a person wants to act. In 1932, Tolman published his major work entitled Purposive Behavior in Animals and Men. According to the findings of these experiments, the learner does not reach the goal in fixed sequence of movements but changes his behavior according to the variation in conditions. So it explains that the behavior of a person or animal changes when there is different condition or they're in different environments. They don't only behave as they should be. Tolman's theory of learning is known by several names, such as sign significance theory, expectancy theory, purposive behaviorism, or simple as the sign theory. Number 1. It accepts behaviorism as basis. Main characteristics of behavior are A. Behavior is goal-directed. It is purposive. So, there is always a reason why a person do such things. For example, a certain girl becomes close with a guy because she wants to flirt with him or she wants the guy to be her friend. There is always a purpose or goal why a person do things. B. Behavior makes use of environmental factors as means for getting at the goal. So, a person behaves different when they want something. They use a lot of things just to get to their goal. For example, is the campaign for the presidency. A lot of candidates become nice and act as they are really deserving and also sides at the poor people. They use the environmental factors to have and to get the goal they want. Letter C. Behavior consists of the formation of cognitive maps. An individual most likely have a cognitive map that is inserted to his or her mind. Like if they are questioned about where is the certain place, they will think about the map and they will explain it to the person that is asking. Letter D is the organism has a selective preference for the principle of the least effort for arriving at the goal. And letter D, molar behavior is docile. So number 2 of the main features of the theory, the sign theory, is according to Tolman, the behavior depends upon A. The need system. The need system is like going with the flow mindset. You behave on what does the scene you have. Like if you attend a funeral, you need to give sympathy and be sad together. Letter B. The belief value matrix. And letter C. The behavior space. Number 3 of the features is this theory takes into consideration that learning is based upon some signs or clues leading to the goal. So the organisms learns not the movement patterns but the sign significant relations. So for educational implications of the sign theory is typical learning problems. So what is the typical learning problems? Number 1 is the capacity. The learning of a task depends upon the capacity of the learner. Not everyone can understand a topic. Based on Tolman, a learner learns based on her capacity, on how deep or how well she can absorb the lessons or topics that has been discussed. Next is practice. Tolman believes that practice or exercise cannot help the learner in the initial selection of a right response. Mere frequency without belongingness does not establish connection. Next is motivation. Motivation does not help in learning something new. It simply encourages the performance as such. Mr. Tolman believes that motivation can't give you new learnings. It only encourages you to do better in what you are doing. It doesn't make you think of upgrading and go to the next level. It's just motivate you. It just encourages you. Next is understanding. Tolman believes in learning by creative inference, inventive ideation, and so on. Insightful learning is emphasized. Then, transfer. Transfer of training depends upon applicability of the essential relationship perceived by the learner in one situation to some other situation. It is applying the things you learned in other situations given. Then, forgetting. Repression and radioactive inhibition cause forgetting. Tolman attributes forgetting to the resistance of cathexis.